What's good, people? Let's randomly relate. Reverse rants, no hate. Let's do it. So, here's what I want to talk about. Now, we had a conversation about Mike Tyson and Ali and other fighters, and there was comparisons and all. And basically, what I'm going to talk about stem from that conversation is a point that I just feel like I want to talk about, and it's not directly about sports so much. It's just in reference to life, because everything we talked about is real life. And so, basically, what happened was, we was talking about that situation, and it's like, look, if you can sustain further greatness in your career versus somebody else, right? So they resort to saying in their primes because they know that, okay, let's say you saying he wouldn't beat this guy 86 to 89. Okay. What about 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, right? They know that the possibility is like, way up here that it could happen. So they try to resort to the prime years. Okay. What I don't let people do is suck me into this whole, man, Mike never had nothing, man, and he had to this and that. Look, you had people that had it worse than Mike Tyson. You had people that had it situations just as bad as Mike Tyson. Now, how you handle things is one thing. Mike, without Customato, obviously had nobody to keep him in check in line because Mike obviously was hard-headed, wanted to do his own thing. Okay, Mike's not the only one. The thing is, people always say, when you get money, man, it just do something to you. Well, hey, that could be it. It's still your fate, though. What does that have to do with your opponent? So in life, it's like we always make excuses for certain people, even make for ourselves, because we can't just say we fucked up. And I'm saying, look, we're talking about grown ass men. Okay, my thing is, if you come from nothing, you had nothing, and now all of a sudden you're rich. But you can't grasp the common sense of, what? I made it. And for those big checks to keep coming, I have to keep winning. You know what? My focus on boxing is where it's at. Let me do this. But it's like, damn, I'm getting women now. Yo, I could buy whatever house I want, whatever car. I can go get a mansion, and hey, man, it's unfortunate. But again, whose problem is that? So to make that as an excuse to say, well, the money and stuff, it got to him, and like when he lost to Buster, and people was, he didn't lose. Buster didn't beat Mike Tyson. Robin Givens beat Mike Tyson. Now, I ain't see Robin Givens in that ring, and I know what you're saying. Robin was in his head. Evander Holyfield lost his mother and lost his brother in between fights, and I didn't even know about that until years later. So, it's not about everything is not an excuse. You can legitimately have something bother you to where you just can't get to where you need to get. That it happens. But what I'm saying is, you guys only bring this type of shit up when a guy loses, right? It's like Adrian Broner. I came from nothing. I'm talking water and cornflakes. Right, Adrian, we heard you say that shit several times, which is why you need to stop the bullshit and focus on your boxing. But just this, you know what though? Then I thought about it and said, you know what? Adrian, if his head is not in this shit, the worst thing that he could do is jump back in the ring just to try to prove something. If it's not in here that, I need this fight. I need this fight. If it's a financial situation, it could work against him. Every time Adrian speaks about coming back, he makes this big ass announcement. Like, yeah, I'm telling you this, I'm this, and this, and this, and this. And he comes in and he loses. And the thing is, he can't just say he lost. He got dominated by Marcos Maidana. And then he came out of that saying the best thing that happened to him was that loss. Because now he get to see who his real friends are and that type of thing. Okay, I'm focused. When he lost again, to Sean Porter, then he's like, but I'm undefeated at 140. And made more excuses. Now, He fights Mikey Garcia. I feel disrespected because y'all acting like, like I ain't a 3-time world champion and this and this and this and this and this and yada yada yada. Okay, Adrian, that's because when it comes to the big fights, you've choked so far. Prove us wrong. We want you to win. He goes in there, loses. He's fighting off the back foot all night, but then says, Mikey didn't want to fight, he just wanted to run. And I'm like, okay. Now you starting to confuse me, man. Like, are you seriously saying that Mikey was running? And we saw 100% of Mikey walking you down. What are you talking about? Okay. After that, and he talked about refocusing and getting his life together. It's time to grow up. He went there against Pacquiao, talked about beating the legend and this, that, whatever. Clearly lost, and then said, I beat that boy. And it was just like, and again, water and cornflakes. And it's like, what did that? Okay, you know what? Guess what got you off for having to eat water and cornflakes? If it was boxing and your boxing career and your success, then why don't you focus on that? So basically, that's where the conversation led into, where I'm saying, listen, man, we all grew up in rough neighborhoods. Grew up in neighborhoods where people were shooting all the time, people was getting robbed all the time, getting jumped. I mean, always something where, whether you was in the house or outside the house, you had some kind of weapon on you, because it was like somebody can come kicking your door in and come. I mean, I remember being in a friend's house and the dude ran and jumped in the window and chased the guy all the way to the back. Dude, like shit, reach in his pocket and threw $100 bill. Yo, my bad, yo. If I broke anything, man. Threw $100 bill. It was another $100 bill in the kitchen. This is my friend's house, not mine. But I'm like, when it first happened, I'm thinking it's two people that just, but I wouldn't have nobody doing that shit in my house. So I'm looking and chased him from all the way out. When I got outside, we just tried, and I'm like, wow. So we all grew up and certain things happen. Single parent, both parents, whatever. Shit still happens. The problem with most people, okay, and this is where we get off of Adrian and Mike, for people making excuses for them coming from certain areas and all. What I'm saying, we all come from the same situations, because it's like I'm saying, look, there's people who I grew up with who I remember I'd be in the gym, and I've always had like weights and stuff, have my own home gym, as well as being able to go out to another gym to, they got more stuff than what you have, even though I had enough to do everything I needed. I'm going to the gym, or we about to go to the movies. Oh, we about to hit the beach. We about to go. And the thing is, when you live in a neighborhood where it's just crime infested, everything that you do to have fun and enjoy yourself is outside, cities away, way, way away from where you are, because you can't. And it's fucked up because you can't even go in the park and play ball, because the drug dealers, the gangbangers out there, and it's like you can go. It's just that eventually, it was one of those things. It was that serious. But when they come to me, yo, what you doing? Yo, we about to hit the beach. What you doing? Yo, we gonna rob them niggas at the end of the night, man. I'm like, fuck, you stupid or something, man. For what? Nah, man, niggas got money. Okay, so right there is a disconnect. It was always respect and peace when we saw each other. They would always come sit on the porch, come in the ball backyard, because I had a hoop, had a full court in the yard. You go out there, play ball in the yard, whatever and all. But it was like, when we would talk, I would just tell them like, yo, y'all do stupid shit for nothing. Little by little, one by one, people that you was hanging out with are disappearing. And it's like, I could sit there sometime and just reflect on shit, man. Just like, why is it so hard for people to see? Like, here's a situation where life already is tough enough, but now you're making things tough because you're in and out of prison. You've put your mom, your parents in a position they can't trust you. They wind up kicking you out. Now you out there running around, hustling in the streets, and just like doing a bunch of crazy shit. So for every time, like it's just like that shit. Look, for every reason you give a person to live, they make an excuse to die. That's a mentality that a lot of people have. So you can't relate to them, man. No matter what you're saying, it's like you talk like I don't see the same shit and deal with the same shit that you deal with every day. I just choose to not get caught up in the petty shit. So what ends up happening is they're like, when you have a different focus, a lot of people will. I've had people, keep doing what you're doing, young blood. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We fucked up. The shit we did, man. We ain't nobody gonna hire me. I got a record, man. I done went down for aggravated assault, attempted murder. I'm out, man. I just got on probation and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm out on probation. This and this and this and that. Now they like my brother. Blah, blah, blah. I'm on house arrest, man. But yo, they about to evict us. Blah, blah, blah. I'm about to go rob a motherfucker. And this is the kind of shit that was just all the time. And it was like, wow. Somebody can tell you, I believe in you. I just want to see you make it. And they don't. I mean, I don't mean you have to be a celebrity. You have to be rich, but just the fact you get up and once you leave, then people start saying the motherfuckers sell out. Oh, you left the hood, they this and this and this. And that's usually towards, not just rich people, it's just towards anybody who came up in that shit, got in a position where they like, you know what? I can afford to leave. And then you do. Nobody's ever came to my face and said that shit, but I had a couple of people, man, walk left, man, and went and lived around white people. No, I went to a neighborhood. First off, my neighborhood is integrated. I don't even fuck with my neighbors. I see, hey, right. Sometimes you just hear toot toot. They don't even look. Just, I'm grown. I ain't walking right here trying. I don't need to walk up and down the street with 20 people. I'm not a fucking kid. And it's the sad part is because even when people see, okay, and that should be more motivation for those who, hey, he's not rich, but guess what? He was able to get up and get the fuck up out of here. Because when people talk about, yo, man, give back, help out, do this, right? So have some barbecue, have a barbecue. What else? What else? Block party. What else? What else? And people like, nothing never happened on my. Okay, good. Then you know what? You have a purpose. Hold it down. Where was your punk ass at? 120 murders ago. What was you able to do then? Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody don't have the same drive and motivation. So I don't knock a person for staying, and I don't knock a person for leaving. But if you're staying, and then you sitting here crying about the hood. Yo, where I'm from, man, niggas is dying. Nobody don't give a fuck. That's all over every fucking hood. Oh, yes. Not just the one you from. So my thing is, if you can't make this impact that you talking about, but you choose to stay, that's your choice. Then you got to deal with that shit. Because what's fucked up, look at all the rappers, for example, that get killed in their own neighborhoods. Look at all these fucking rappers that get killed in their own neighborhoods. One thing, I was live the other night on Facebook, and we talking about some shit, and I'm like, you know what's crazy? What I never understood, man, is when you got motherfuckers talking about the struggle and where they from, right? But then now you got millions of fucking dollars, and this is not a new conversation. This is something we've been pointing out for years, man. You sitting up on millions of fucking dollars. You talking about you got the baddest bitches, you got the best fashion, yo, your mansion is this big, your car is this way, that way, you got a gun this big, and your gun do this and do that, the scope is like this, you got shells in that motherfucker the size of soda cans, all this imaginary shit, as well as with the, but then every time you motherfuckers go live on any social media, all I ever hear is, I don't ever hear, hey, life is good, taking care of my family, we having a good time. Hey, man, look, wish everybody well through this whole quarantine situation, man. And, hey, let's vibe. No, all I hear, fuck y'all bitch ass niggas. Motherfucker, nigga, y'all hating y'all on my dick, nigga. Fuck you bitch ass nigga. That's all I ever hear. And it's like, damn, you are some rich ass, angry, miserable motherfuckers. Because all you can focus on, you complain. That's something I said a long time ago. Watching these rich ass motherfuckers, like, rich people complain more than broke people do. You are like what I don't get. Look at veteran rappers, right? They got an entourage with them. So when they travel, they bring certain people with them. The young rappers are always showing up with their clique. You go into a show 40, 50 deep. And it's like, well, are you going to the show to perform, or are you going there with intentions on trying to fuck somebody up? Or is this, well, just in case something go wrong, right? This is your insurance policy. Hey, make sure you okay. But you are the one talking mega shit. How many guns you got? Yo, we goons, we this, we that, we murderers. We don't give a fuck about nobody out of that. And then you got motherfuckers on the side sitting there watching like, yeah, that shit you talking about, motherfucker, we really do. We ain't rappers. We ain't on the road. We ain't sitting there writing rhymes. We really killing motherfuckers, selling drugs, doing this, doing that. We doing this shit for real. We robbing motherfuckers. And, I mean, we see what happened with the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, right? Kid with rainbow colored hair, who I said, you know what's crazy? Excuse me, like, I'm watching videos of him talking. I'm listening to his music, and I'm like, you know what? It's sad that these motherfuckers don't get it. Your focus need to be your music, because that's what, when you finally grow up and wise up and realize that all this shit is bullshit, don't mean nothing. You thought he did at the time, like Mike Tyson said. Mike had an interview in his house, and the guy was like, "Oh man, he saw your world championship. Wow, wow!" And the guy's marveling. Oh, it must feel great. And Mike said, "Don't mean nothing. It's garbage." He said, "When I was younger, I thought it did, but it doesn't mean nothing." And that's something that, when you got a bunch of yes men around you, nobody puts you in check. Nobody says, "Hey man, what the hell are you thinking? Are you stupid? No, we're not doing that. Let's go now. We out." No, it's, people come up, "Yo, we gonna rob these niggas." No, man, fuck it, rob these niggas, man. I know a situation, man, where, a guy told me what he was gonna do, tried to do it, lost his life. And all he got out of that, "Yo, free my nigga such and such, yo, man. Rest in peace, my nigga such," because when he got locked up, free my nigga such and such. I'm gonna put his name out there, I'm trying to, trying to embarrass him, but free my nigga such and such, free my nigga. Well, he's dead, but it's just the point that I'm making. When he got killed, it was like, "Yo, RP, my nigga, all this shit." And he's drinking and shit, and whatever. And you know what it felt like, man, honestly? If y'all saw the movie Juice, during the funeral, when Tupac's character walked up to the mother, like, "Yo, we was like brothers, like, oh man," remember how Omar Epps was staring at him? Like, "You motherfucker," because he know what happened. Remember that look Tupac gave him back? Like, "You better not say that, mother." Honestly, that's how I was feeling with a lot of this shit, because it's like, no, you didn't kill him, but you know what? You was a part of the shit. He got shot, you didn't. And now you running around here hugging. They don't even know what happened and that you had something. They don't even know that. And it's just like, wow. And then all of a sudden, like, little by little, I can't tell you how many countless times I've been talking to a person. I pull off 10 minutes later, yo, they just shot such and such. Man, I was just with him. "Yo, I'm telling you, man, he just got killed, yo." Man, listen, I was just with it. All of a sudden, the ambulance flying past. Play, hold up. Go circle back. Guess who's there on the ground? Pow, 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 right? And it's like, damn, how many times? I cannot tell you. I need more than these 10 fingers to count how many times I actually was standing with someone just talking to them. And just randomly run into somebody and, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing, man? Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna come check you, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get my shit together." And that's another thing. It's like, sometimes a person get to a point where they realize, yo, I gotta change the way I'm living. But they've done so much fucking dirt that it's like, nah, it comes back to haunt them. I don't believe in karma. I just believe when you live a certain lifestyle, that, especially when you're getting away with shit, you think it's always gonna be like that. And you just get caught up, man. Eyes and ears, people see, they hear what you say. And, it's like I said, man, people talking about, man, but it's hard, man. Right. I'm not exempt from getting locked up for some shit. I mean, self-defense. Nowadays, you get locked up for defending your family. But what I'm saying, we all have decisions to make, right? But when you was saying you was gonna go rob these guys. You was gonna go rob that old lady. Yo, I just seen it come out the belly. Like, you stupid. You don't know how many times I didn't jack people up, man. And they cursed them out, make them, all right, man, all right, But a lot of people years later be like, yo, thank you. And what you talking about? For what? Nah, man. Yo, back in the days, man, I was hard-headed. You was always putting me in check. And I heard you, but I always felt like I'm going to do it anyway as soon as he leaves. As soon as I know he can't see me. But it was just like, no. You have to care about your life more than I do. And the whole thing is like, as far as going out robbing and doing like just as far as going out to do something deliberate that you got to grow up at some point. You got to realize, you know what, I could have went to jail for that shit. All right, you know what? Let me get my mind right. Let me get my shit together, man. I mean, I remember we been in the gym, and I remember people was like, "Yo, you gonna be world champion? I swear, whatever weight class you in, you boy, damn you, yo, you got some shit." You got skills. The truth is, man, I never wanted to box for money. I mean, I knew there was like, I could make money, but that wasn't my I just love to fight. That was it. Truthfully, I just love to fight. And you know what? It gave me something else to do. And I used to just, when I was little, man, we used to go in the backyard, had the screen, or put up on the wall. Used to get the film projector. Watch Carmine Basilio, Jack Johnson. We was watching Jake LaMotta. We was watching Rocky Graziano. We was watching Joe Lewis as a child. We used to just sit and watch all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember watching Salvador Sanchez and all these dudes. I mean, we watched everybody. Jersey Joe Walcott. We watched everybody, man. And we would just study. And I was like, you know what a good idea would be? Because, I don't know if fighters really do this, but I think that they should. I was like, you know what? We should even film when we be doing it. And even when we train and spar so we can see, like, what we doing wrong or what we, shit like that. Because it's not just studying your opponent, but you yourself. And I used to I just love to fight, man. And the environment I grew up in, so people knew, nah, you don't fight him, you shoot him. And that's what he was to say. Like, yo, nah. But I was pretty much cool with it. Pretty much everybody. You always had a few people that tried to straighten out. But I mean, that's something to me in life. That's just so important, man. That like people don't value, like, like when Kobe Bryant lost his life in the plane with his daughter. And I'm like, that's a tragic situation, most definitely, for somebody to lose their life. But what, I don't like, they're not talking about the other 8 people on the plane. Like their lives didn't mean shit. So because Kobe is a superstar, star, basketball player, celebrity, it's like what I'm saying. That something, I heard the name Nipsey Hussle. I'm not familiar with his work. I might have heard something he did, don't know that it's him. I remember hearing the name. So when I heard that he got killed, I'm like, damn, you know what's crazy? People don't talk about you when you're alive. But when you die, all of a sudden now it's just everything, constant, you're on everything now. And, like if Mike the Milkman dies, nobody gives a shit. He's not a son to somebody. He's not a husband. He's not a father. He's not a brother to somebody. He's not a nephew or grandfather. Somebody. His life doesn't matter. Like, I don't put people on pedestals. And I just feel like, yeah, that's fucked up what happened to Kobe. But I'm not going to watch every article they make on Kobe. I'm not going to watch every video about Kobe. It's not because like him being an NBA basketball player doesn't mean, like, what does that make to me? What makes that his life more valuable than to somebody else? So, put you like this. Let's say, Anthony Joshua's on the airplane, and my son is on the airplane. Okay? I think it's fucked up for either one of them to die. But if I know that I hear a plane went down, and I know that my son and Anthony Joshua was on that plane, who the fuck do you think my concern is about first? Do you think I'm sitting there going, fuck my son. Is AJ okay? No, no. I'm my first thing. I'm my concern is my son. Okay, now let's reverse the roles. If Anthony Joshua's father know my son is on that plane and AJ is on that plane, who the fuck do you think first his concern is? Oh, that's natural. So, you know, my thing is, I guess I don't put people on pedestals, man. I don't like. That's why, like, you don't never hear me talk about greatest of all time and who. I don't give a fuck. I'm not arguing over no grown ass men and who is this and that. I can give my opinion on who I think would have beat who was. You know, it's just conversation. We having fun talking. That's what I do. But I don't take none of this shit to heart. I don't do this shit. I don't worship people. I don't have no favorites. Like that. My favorites are more like, yeah, I like what he do. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I like not no thing about I'm arguing over this person or getting feelings because you say you don't like that fight. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. I don't know Anthony Joshua personally, man. Sometimes you might like what a person does. You might meet him in real life and think he's a fucking asshole. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? You ever? I've met a lot of people, man. I've seen a lot of shit, man. And you know, sometimes I remember people, I want to punch that motherfucker in his mouth, man. You know this and this. You know, you hear stories and people pump things up. I don't like to really get into things, but like personal shit, like I'm saying, I don't do that. So anyway, the examples I make about real life, certain things lead to things and all that. So it's like I said, like, you know, Adrian Broner, Mike Tyson. Mike is older now. Mike said without boxing, he feels empty. You know, that's what he said. He feels empty without boxing, man. He got emotional about it. You know, and he had that to cling to. I think a lot of that, too, is him realizing he made a lot of bad choices that he can't change. But those choices he made was life-changing. And even financially, he'd have been way off, better off than he is right now. You know, and, you know, probably a whole lot of other things. You know, I don't know every goddamn thing, but I'm saying I'm just to make, because sometimes we can do things that we sit back and think like, damn, man, if I knew then what I know now. You know, Adrian Broner. I hope Adrian Broner gets his shit together, man. Get his focus, because the dude, as talented as he is, man, I mean, it's like what we see is what we get. Paulie Malignaggi told him, he said, hey, look, bro, look, cherish it, enjoy it, take advantage of it. It don't last forever. Adrian's already 30, man. And, you know, we still talking like Broner's 20 years old. He's already 30, man. And before you know it, it's like, hey, man, if you right now, talking about primes, look, he lost his best fights in his prime years. So you can't say, but his prime was when he was undefeated. No, he was undefeated. But when he stepped up the level of competition, it was different. Starting with Marcos Maidana. So this is one of the reasons why all this prime shit, I'm kind of like, man, I don't really give a fuck about all that. Because, I mean, we can't sit here and say the date and time that this motherfucker changed and it wasn't the same. No. Especially when a guy's winning, you don't say that. When he lose, that's when it was a prime situation. But anyway, that's all I want to say on this video, man. I will catch y'all on the next one.